What's up, everyone? Today we are looking at Ainz, the magic caster. He is a dimensional unit that is currently available through the Overlord event in AFK Companions. He is an intelligent hero. He is a mage class, and he is technically a continuous damage primary role. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at his skills. So his first ultimate, or his first ability, is his ultimate, and that is Fallen Down. Ainz begins a chant which lasts for 5 seconds, after which 520% damage is dealt to all enemy targets. If his chant is interrupted, Ainz will recover 500 energy points, and then as you level it up, the damage just goes up and up. This is kind of like his big AoE laser thing that comes and just hits everyone in the battlefield. That's kind of what you're wanting him to do. That's like his main thing, is just doing damage to everyone. Moving on, the goal of all life is death. After 24 seconds of battle, all enemies lose 30% of their current health and are stunned for 4 seconds. This increases the health loss to 40 and then 50%. That one's pretty straightforward, a pretty nice skill, especially if you have a team that can stall for that long. Magic Caster. Ainz normal attacks are changed to the following skills, which are used in a cycle. Call Greater Thunder deals 240% damage to the enemy target. Gravity Maelstrom deals 210% damage to the enemy and any other nearby enemy targets. True Dark deals 180% damage to the enemy target and prevents the enemy from using their ultimate skill for 4 seconds. And then as you level it up, Greater Thunder damage does more, Gravity Maelstrom does more, and then True Dark prevents the enemy target from using their ultimate skill for 6 seconds instead of 4. And so that's just his normal attack. And it kind of cycles through those. You can kind of see, as he's changing colors, you can kind of see what he is doing in that way. And then the last one, Steady Preparations. At the beginning of battle, Ainz receives a shield equal to 40% of his max health, which lasts for 6 seconds. While the shield exists, Ainz is immune to enemy control effects and continues to chant, gaining 70 energy points and a permanent 4% attack rating, 8% defense rating attribute increase per second. Once the shield disappears, Ainz ceases chanting. At level 2, his attack rate is increased by 6 seconds, or 6% per second, and defense by 10% per second. Once Ainz attributes have been increased 6 times, he receives an additional 60 crit damage amplification points and 30 attack speed points. And at level 4, unlocks Steady Preparation skill upgrade. Attack rate is increased by 7% per second and defense by 12. And if we go ahead and look at his signature item, the chanting phase of the ultimate skill Fallen Down is omitted the first time it is used. So he just uses his skill right away and doesn't have to chant. And then as you level it up, basically the second time you don't have to chant, third time, and then the max signature item just does extra damage. And so basically, the more you level up the signature item, the more he's going to be ulting, because his chant cooldown is non-existent. Then we just take a look at his divine effects. So with 1 star, Steady Preparation skills upgrade, attack rating and defense rating buffs are further increased. And so you can see the percentages and changes here. 2 stars is just stab buffs. At 3 stars, every 8 seconds during battle, the damage and debuff duration of the next Magic Caster skill, which is used, are increased to 200%. And then at max stars, the effects of the skill, the goal of all life is death, will take effect 15 seconds into battle. And so that is really big, especially when you consider it goes from 24 to 15. It means you don't have to wait as long. It means he gets that big chunk health cut from all his enemies really quick. 15 seconds is pretty quick. And so Ainz is as you can tell, he is all damage. He does AoE damage. He has some pretty good sustain with keeping himself alive. And basically, he wants to last as long in battle as possible because of all of the buffs he gets as time goes on, and then that health cut. And so the goal when you're using Ainz is to keep him alive, let him get those buffs going, and then let him kind of pop his ultimates a few times while cutting the enemy health, and then hopefully you win. I don't know how you would get everything that he has and not win once it gets going, but the big drawback with him right now is to get that 15-second change instead of the 24-second change, and you get him to 5 stars, which is a pretty hefty investment that is about like 21-ish spirit shards or whatever you want to call them. So it is a big investment to get him maxed out to get that really last like big chunk of extra divine abilities or effects from him. And so he is great in campaign pushing, tower pushing. He has some pretty good sustain. So I would say Forks Road he's pretty good at as well. Can be viable in PvP and other areas like that. One thing to note is Shalt here kind of seems like a natural counter to him since she prioritizes units that have the highest attack damage. And so going after him is kind of like an easy counter. But Ainz is a pretty good character. I'd definitely say if you are either spending money or have the leftover resources from building up Shalt here, I would definitely recommend getting Ainz second because he has a lot of value in those main areas of campaign, tower, etc. And so as far as like single target damage, that's probably not like his bread and butter, like his biggest thing, but you could definitely use him in different areas like Guild Boss and Dream Realm if you need some damage as well. So if we go ahead and look at him right now, he's doing his chant and then he does his AoE. You can see that he's like doing a different ability every few attacks. So the purple one, blue, then the ball. Those are the 3 different rotating normal attacks that he has. And then you can just kind of see he just rotates this over and over. You can see how using the signature item buffs to not have to do that chant can be really beneficial in the beginning of battle, since he won't have to do that and he'll just kind of pop the ult. And you can also see how, you can't really see here because everything dies really quickly, but you can see how cutting health within 15 seconds with a max built Ainz could be really beneficial. And something that you could eventually get if you were to continue building him out over time and testing him, seeing if he works in your teams or not. But I think, yeah, he's definitely a great unit you want to go for if you can afford it or if you have the resources for it. But thanks for watching, y'all. Hopefully you're getting some good luck with your summons. I summoned like 40 cards or Destiny Scrolls earlier, and I got 0 drops from him, so I'm kind of bummed on that. I didn't pay for them, but I did have some from different events and diamonds I was able to get. And so not being able to get anything from 40 pulls feels bad, but I'm hopeful that my next pulls that I get will be maybe a 2 pull is what I'm telling myself, and kind of like even things out, but we'll see. But good luck with your event. Good luck for those who are building Ainz. And as always, have a great rest of your day. Peace.